Hey, hi fellas, it's Nick. I'm making this short video of this track cleaning car, which I bought about 8 or 9 years ago at a train show. It was $45. I like the way it looked, and I like the way they demonstrated how it cleans the track. It's a very simple solution to clean track. And I run this every so often behind an engine, or just hook it up to one of the train sets that I have and let it run around. Even when I'm taking the video, it just runs around and it'll scrape the surface of the tracks. And it really is good. But I saw a couple of YouTubes, and they had these track cleaning cars that use a liquid. And this one doesn't use a liquid, it's just a dry track cleaner. And I wanted to somehow use this same car, which is, I really like it, and it's a good product, and for the price, again, that's 9 years ago, it was $45, so I'm sure it went up in price. I wanted to also have it where I can use a liquid and run this car around the track with a liquid cleaner, and then take it off and replace it with a dry cloth and run it around the track to wipe it. And then my last thing I would do is put the 3M pad back on and run that around the track. You know, it's a 3 method, or it could be a 2 method, and I can use the dry one anytime I want. But anyway, I was figuring, how can I do this to a product that really is good, but maybe I can somehow make it where I can use a liquid. And I came up with this idea, and I'm going to show it to you. But I just want to show you the bottom of the car, and it's really interesting how they made it. This is the pad, and it's held by the Velcro. You have a piece on this side and over here on the aluminum. Now this is an all metal base. It gives it some weight. And this here is aluminum, but as you can see, you know, it has a little springing action, so it'll ride the track nice. I'm really glad that I purchased this. And it's inexpensive also, considering some of the ones that I've been looking at. But okay, but get back to the point. How am I going to convert this from a dry to use a wet solution? And this is what I came up with. I had an extra piece of wood, as you can see, and I cut it to the width where it would cover the 3 rails, the 2 outer rails and the middle rail. And what I did to make sure it'll hold onto this, I put the Velcro on the back, and because it's a wider base, I added 2 other strips of Velcro on the aluminum. So now I have a square surface. And what I did was I cut these pieces of old towel that we had. We were using them just for you know, wiping and so on. So I said, let me try this. So I cut them. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know if you can see that. Let me just lower it a little bit. So I cut it so that it would fit in just a little overhang so that it will touch the 2 outer rails and the center rail. And the way that I secure this to the piece of wood is with a staple gun, a regular staple gun. And I would just fold this over and staple it. And then I do the other side, make sure it's nice and even. Make a little taut, not too taut. And okay, now it's on the piece of wood, secured onto the piece of wood, so when it moves, it won't fall off. Now, what solution that I decided to use, and I came up with this one, this fella Dave, who has a YouTube, he introduced it to me, And what it is, it's a regular Go Gone solution. And I have this Train Club magazine, and there was an article from Lionel in reference to what would be good to clean their tracks, and this is one of the products that they recommend. It was nice to see. And now how I put the liquid onto the pad is like so, and I just run it and soak it, but don't soak it to the point where when I turn it over it'll drip all over the track. I don't want to do that. And I have a, as fellas that see my videos, my train board is 10 by 10 and a half, and I have 3 outer loops, and I have a turntable with the sidings, and I also have a staging area with tracks, and everything is functional. So what I did is I would put it on and make sure that I have enough clearance between the 2 trucks when it comes around, which I do. And I just wanted to show you how it works, and it really picks up the dirt, as you can see. Well, first of all, this is what a clean one would look like. And after I run it around one track a couple of times, this is the dirt it picks up. As you can see, the difference. And then I would get a dry one, and I run it around, and you can see that it still picks up some. And then after this, then I would use their 3M product and run this around the track, either at the same time that I did the liquid and the dry rag, this, and then I would use this, or I can use this later on. Now, as I mentioned, this surface right here, believe it or not, is enough to clean my tracks. I've been using this for 9 years. If you buy it, and I would recommend it, even just this one little strip, you use it on a regular basis, it'll clean it. And it cleans like where under the tunnels and places where I can't reach it. So I do recommend this particular product. And the cost 9 years ago was $45. I'm sure it's a little bit more, but I'm sure it's less expensive than some of the ones, you know, out there on the market. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut this video, and I'm going to put it on the track. But I also want to mention to everybody, I did this because I wanted to use a liquid cleaner, and this is how, using this product, I use this particular method. And I always come back to the pad to clean it on a regular basis, maybe every week or every 2 weeks, just run it around with my regular train sets, and it keeps it nice and clean. But you know, once every 6 months, I want to give it a real total clean. And this is what I do. So I'm going to shut the video off, put it on the track, and we'll run it around. Have a great day, fellas.